guys, it's Loey. Today we're going to be doing a really exciting video. I'm going to be doing back to school hairstyles for you guys. I'm so excited about this because honestly, whenever I was searching back to school hairstyles when I was in high school, every single girl already had their hair styled. So they had done something like straighten it, or they had curled it, or whatever. And I'm not about that life. I'm going to show you guys how to do this on your raw, natural texture. All I did was basically take my flat iron to the pieces around my face, which takes a grand total of about maybe a minute, because all you do is just run the flat iron right over. And that's just to make them smoother for when I pull them out for styles like this. So I'm going to show you guys how to style your natural hair so you don't have to do any sort of heat whatsoever. These are all heatless and they're all going to be great to keep your hair kind of out of your face. I think my favorite part is that all you will need are hair ties and bobby pins. I am not about that complicated life whatsoever. You could also obviously spray these off with hairspray or use some sort of product. I didn't do that since I was just moving so quickly through all of the styles, but that would be helpful. If you want to know a couple of gorgeous, easy back to school hairstyles, then just stay tuned. So we're going to be doing a messy fishtail braid, which people think is a lot harder than it actually is. Take all of your hair to one side, make sure it's nice and smooth down. Okay, so I have the side ponytail, and what I've done here is I've just basically sectioned off the hair. If you can tell, I have a lot of hair, so just putting that ponytail holder right around the base is going to keep the hair here, and it makes it easier to actually braid, but it's not going to be hard to get off towards the end. So if you can see here, I'm splitting the ponytail into two even sections, and then we're going to start the fishtail braid. If you have not fishtailed before, you're probably rolling your eyes thinking, I cannot do that. Until about a month ago, I didn't think I could either. What you want to do is, do you see right here at the back section of the ponytail? You're going to take a strand from the back section like so, pulling this side, which the strand is coming from, off to the side. I am putting that strand with the other section right at the front. So I'm just going to repeat the process again, taking a strand from the back, crossing it over to the very front. And it might seem really unnatural at first, and you might have to do this once or twice before you really get the feel of it. But once you kind of get into the groove of it, it's not very hard, and it actually feels like a totally normal braid. Okay, so you can see I have a really messy braid. I have layers falling out. That's okay, we can fix that later. But I've stopped right here where it just gets difficult. You'll know when it's time to stop because it will get really hard to continue to fishtail. So I'm just taking that hair tie down and I'm going to secure the braid off. And then you are left with this really voluminous, thick fishtail braid. You can leave the layers down, you can pin them in just using little bobby pins. Just take some that kind of match your hair and slip those pieces right into the braid. And that is the first hairstyle in all of its glory, just a very simple fishtail braid. You can also do a traditional side braid. So I've obviously just swept my hair over to one side. If you want to get out any tangles, I suggest not running your fingers through the top layers of your hair because you're gonna lose a lot of volume that way. And the way that most of these braids look best is with a ton of volume, and you get that more messy look. So I am dividing my hair into 3 sections. Okay, and now that I have these 3 sections, I'm going to start a braid, and it's really straightforward. You just cross the 3 sections under each other. But if you can see, I'm keeping the braid relatively tight, actually going down, because again, the tighter that it is, the easier it's going to be to mess up and make look a little bit more effortless. You can see you're left with something really tight like this. Now you could leave it alone. This is like a very Katniss Everdeen style braid, really tight and sleek and polished, but I think it's really cool to go for the more messy look. So you're just gonna wanna take your hands and pull apart the strands of your braid, starting at the top and going down. And you can repeat the process several times. And then you can pull down more baby hairs again. Then you are left with something like this, a very messy, easy side braid. Let's talk about the basic everyday classic messy bun. I'm going to do 2 variations of bun for you. This one is going to be much messier and much more effortless. So, of course, you'll want to take all of your hair to the back and start smoothing things out as if you were going to gather a ponytail. This is going to be easiest if you can tip your hair back like I'm doing here and gather it just like that into a high pony. And do not smooth anything out. Gather the hair from the bottom like I'm doing here and pull it up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're basically going to just wrap it around itself. We're not trying to form any particular shape. We're just wrapping the hair around itself in a spiral. You have something that now is going to look like this. Flatten that shape against your head like so. Then hold it, take your hair elastic, and secure it. You're gonna have something that looks like it's a little bit confused about the direction that it wants to take with its life, and that's okay. So look at the bun really, really closely. Take down any stray hairs because those, you know, aren't always cute. Flatten it a bit more until you get the shape that you think that you want. Take a second hair tie and slip that right over the whole thing. Then of course you can take this, loosen it up with your fingers, really kind of get the shape down to an art, tuck any strands that you don't like. So if you don't like the general shape of the bun, pinch it, tuck it back under the hair tie. This is easy once you really get the hang of it, but it probably sounds completely and totally confusing as I explain it. If you have too much hair falling down, just pin it into place, show it who's boss. This is what you're going to end up with, which is a very easy, voluminous, messy bun. Second bun, very similar to the first, except it's going to be a bit smoother, more of a ballerina top knot than something super duper messy. Gather it into a ponytail. You can secure this off, but I actually like how when I don't, it just provides a bit more volume at the crown, which I think looks really nice. If you can see, I am wrapping the hair around itself. Do not bring it too close to your face because that's going to have a lot to do with where the bun actually winds up. So if you can see, I'm really sticking right here towards the back of the top of my head. Then I will wrap that hair around itself like so. Then just secure that off with a hair tie. And you're left with something like this that you can just tug at and make a little bit more voluminous. If you have too much stray hair or too much end poking out, just take a second hair tie, slip it right over the first, and that will kind of keep those tucked down and out of the way. If you have bangs that you want down, now is really the time to bring them. You can just kind of pull at the crown, get down that fringe. So after that, you are left with something like this, which is a little bit more of a neat sort of ballerina top knot. Really, really fast and easy. This looks really good on first day hair if you're just not having a good hair day, or you can use it on second day hair and it still looks adorable. So this is one of my absolute favorite hairstyles, and it gets your bangs out of your face, which is really, really nice. So I'm going to start with a small chunk of hair right here at the top of my head, and I'm going to split it into 2. What you're going to do is you're going to cross the first section over the second. So you have this section here, grab a little bit of hair near your face and twist again. And then do the exact same thing. Grab a little bit of hair and twist. Very, very easy way to get that French twist kind of look. You have something like this at this point, which keeps your bangs out of your face and just looks really, really sleek. I'm just going to slip a little bobby clip through this. It's going to be better if you have like a clear elastic or something you can cut out, but a bobby pin will work just fine. Just start a basic braid again. And obviously you can slip that bobby pin on out because it's not needed anymore. And we're going to basically do the exact same thing we did with the last braid, which is just tug and pull apart. And there you have it. I zoomed out a bit so you guys could really see this one in the whole French twist thing, but this is the last braid look. I just think it's really interesting and probably something not most people have seen in a braid. For For the super high cheerleader messy ponytail, you're going to want to, of course, gather your hair into a high pony. When you want to do something like this, make sure to always gather and brush up from the bottom of the hair. That way it's going to smooth everything down here, but add a ton of volume to the actual crown of your head. Now, when you reach the point where you're about to tie it off, kind of make sure you have your part still in place. So wherever you have your part, make sure the hair is still smoothed over in that general direction and tie that off. And then you're going to take the hair and pull here on the sides. And it's going to move the ponytail higher onto the top of your head. And if you pull here at the sides and kind of move it up, it's just going to move higher and higher, and you're left with something kind of like this. For this one, I would definitely leave my bangs down and then just tie on a little bow. This one is just from Forever 21. And then you're left with a super high voluminous ponytail like this that just works really, really cute with your natural hair texture. Take your brush right along the side of your head and brush, starting here at the ear, up. And you're gonna wanna get that hair nice and smooth against your scalp. So starting right above the ear, right here, we're going to section off the hair on the very top of the head. So we're going to create a small ponytail, basically. Really straightforward. Take your elastic, secure that ponytail off at the very crown of your head. And then just like we did in the last one, take it and pull. I have kind of naturally wavy, kinky hair, and if you had straight hair, this would look really nice and sleek. If you have more kinky, wavy hair like myself, it's just gonna look really effortless and messy on you. If you have curly hair, you're gonna like literally look like a princess straight out of a Disney film. So that is the finished hairstyle, and with this one as well, I really like to use a hair accessory of some sort, so I'm taking the same bow from the last style, and then this is the completed version of the Ariana inspired look. That's it. I seriously hope you guys found this so helpful. I did so much research and I put so much work into this one, so I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and until next time, I love you all so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye!